I love my jingle. Good morning, Kris Mathis. Welcome to the Mind and Spark Show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
You know, we're listening on WTKG 1230 AM, Clear's channel, and we absolutely love our station. And I love my Brett. Hi, Brett. How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? This is B-Side, and he absolutely makes us sound amazing and keeps it all together for us. So, Brett, thank you so much. I'm kind of like in the mood where I want to appreciate people in my life and
That's
making
good.
sure that
I accept checks.
Oh, hey, you're trying to get some money
I'm
out
with
of
that
me.
one.
I'm with that one, Kris. Well, Kris, you are a motivational speaker and author from Success to Significance.
Yes.
And I really love that name because you've got some really significant things that happened to you quite recently. I call him.
Bring that up.
I call him Cool Papa.
You would.
Well, yeah, because you just had a baby, and that's
September 20th, 7:39 p.m. 6 pounds 14 ounces, 20
Women.
and a half inches long.
Don't you just
Those are
love
numbers
them?
I will never forget.
You'll never forget that.
Never forget.
But most men do. Can you tell us about Gavin?
Yeah.
Okay, so how can you give us those stats?
Yeah, he was 6 pounds 9 ounces, only 20 inches long, and it was at 10 a.m. October 18th.
See.
I'm
don't
feeling
forget
the
those
love
things.
from you guys.
You don't forget
Okay,
that.
so you guys didn't forget that.
No.
That's because you guys are both great fathers and really involved. You were there, I mean, the whole pregnancy with your wife. And
Every doctor appointment, every visit.
Everything.
I didn't miss not one.
No, you didn't. I remember there were times where we were supposed to have meetings, and Kris was like, "Oh no, gotta get a haircut,
Right.
and I gotta go see my wife." So anyway, Kris, but that just speaks to who you are. You've had a pretty rocky or rough past yourself with your father, so that kind of led you to want to be better.
Absolutely. I mean, for me, when I think about what my life was and what I've went through, I can't imagine being one to not be there.
Okay.
After not having a father there. And so for me, one of the promises that I made to myself, to my wife, and to my daughter in an open letter that I wrote before she was born was that I won't miss anything.
Oh.
I won't miss a single event at school, a doctor's appointment. Anytime she calls or needs me, I'll be there.
Okay, now he's a new father.
Right.
Okay, that might change. We might have to do some
hey.
editing of that open
no,
letter.
I got faith in him.
I don't plan on missing a single thing.
So you just have to know what to commit to.
Right.
But I think that's totally awesome. So before she was born, you wrote a letter, and this is something that you're putting maybe in her scrapbook or a file so you can share with her.
Right.
And I know your wife appreciates
Absolutely.
you being there for sure, because it's tough having a baby.
I don't know how single mothers do it.
I don't either.
We've
I'm
had her on for
cross-eyed
about 2
thinking
weeks
about it.
now, and all these late nights, sleepless nights.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how a single mother
Back
with 2
aches.
kids or 3 kids under 3 make that happen. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
No, well, you know what? But that shows your dedication and your
Absolutely.
commitment, and you're really passionate about family. Seeing as I'm not divulging anything that people don't know if they read your book. Your father was on drugs, not present in the home. You grew up in a very seedy part of the city,
Right.
And now you're fighting back and
Life is good.
using your book and your story, your backline story, to help others is what you're all about. You work a lot with our community's children, and you mentor various organizations. People really love you, and I know why. He's such a great guy.
I appreciate it. I mean, I couldn't do it without the support of the city. I mean, and I'm thankful and I'm humbled by all the support that I received, the book sales, etc., just to help me further the message that I have of really help people create a better life for themselves.
Now, you were at Barnes & Noble's, and Kris did his
book signing.
At Barnes & Noble, and you actually had the number 2, I'm going to say number 2, under what? It was
Under Sarah Palin.
Under Sarah Palin, book signing. I mean, there were hundreds of people there, exorbitant number of books sold, and you hold that record.
Within like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
So
it was amazing. I mean,
Barnes & Noble's
I
loves
never
you.
saw that coming. Oh, they do. I never saw it coming.
So from Success to Significance is the name of the book, and it's something that you're going to want to read. It doesn't take a long time to read it, but the stories and the information inside is very impactful. I just heard you speak not too long ago for United Way at a school here, and you did an amazing job.
Thank you.
And your story is so touching. Now, I asked you to come here today on the Monica Sparks Show because I'd love to hear you tell these stories. Kris tells these short, very motivational, inspirational stories. And you better have a good one for me.
I'm humbled.
I'm ready. What are you going to tell us today, Kris?
Are you sure? You want the one you told me about?
Yeah,
In
I
this
want that.
chapter?
I want that one you told me about. He
About
has
the
a
soldier?
about the soldier. I
Okay.
want to share with the people that are watching and listening the story of the soldier. It was very meaningful to me,
Okay.
and I hope it's just as meaningful to them.
There was a soldier who was at war, and he was captured on the other side of enemy lines. And what they did was they took him in to see one of the lieutenants, and the lieutenant told him, you know, we're not going to let you go. Your option is to either face the firing squad tomorrow morning, or you can go out this door over here. And the soldier asked, well, what's outside the door? He says, well, I can't tell you. All I know is it's unknown horrors. He says, well, can you give me time to think about it? He says, yeah, I'll give you till tomorrow morning. So the soldier wakes up the next morning. The lieutenant comes in and says, so what's your decision? He said, well, since you can't tell me what's outside the door, I guess I'll take the firing squad. And they took him out. They lined him up. They shot him dead. The lieutenant's assistant comes over. She says, sir, what's outside that door? And the lieutenant said, freedom. But very few are willing to take it because it's unknown. So that brings me to the question to ask, how many times have you come to an opportunity and you've refused or you've rejected or you've turned it down because you didn't know how it was going to turn out? Or you thought that the grass really can't be greener on the other side. It really can't be as good as it looks. It's too good to sound true. Because of that, we leave so many opportunities on the table, especially with the times that we live in now with the way society is, and opportunities don't come every day. Somebody once said, opportunity doesn't knock at every door. It stands beside you patiently waiting to be recognized.
Wow.
So it's just a matter of time for you to recognize your opportunities that are there. And as you do recognize them, you must be willing to give it everything you've got if you want to see a change in your life.
Chris, I love you.
So funny.
But I'm serious. You know, that's something that I talk about too, is opportunity. I say, well, what is the real definition of being poor? Passing over opportunities repeatedly. And I mean, when I spoke at one organization, and the lady says, that changed my life.
Yeah.
Passing over opportunities repeatedly. Yeah. And like you said, opportunity does not knock at every door. It's standing there. It's waiting for you to recognize it. And that is something that many people don't sit and recognize opportunities, because they think that, like on the firing squad, oh, it's too good to be true.
Right.
It can't happen to me. I'm not worthy. You know, I did wrong in the past. Is it going to come back to, you know, bite me in the ankles, or, you know, up there? You know what I'm saying? People don't stop and think about the opportunities that they pass over and over. And that story about the firing squad is it for me.
So many people go through it every day. And the saddest part about it to me is people are quicker to complain about their situations than they are to want to change their situations. So my job is to say, okay, let's eliminate the excuses, create a larger vision, and move forward.
Yeah. Okay, it's the Kris and Monica show. I gotta have this guy.
I gotta tell you, I love having Kris here because I always feel like when he leaves, I want to climb a mountain.
Yes.
I'm gonna swim the Pacific Ocean. I want to wrestle a bear. Just somebody give me a bear. I would wrestle it right now after having, because I believe I can take the bear.
You think he's got that opportunity? Is knocking. You know, opportunity.
It's hilarious, man.
Opportunities knocking. I believe also we have to make opportunities where there is none, and that's part of the recognizing that they are there for you. What is your passion? What are some of the strengths that you have? Sometimes those weaknesses, we can also use those as opportunities to grow, not just dog ourselves and down ourselves saying that we're not enough, or we're not good enough, or we can never do that. Take the word can't out of your vocabulary completely.
Or the phrase can't afford.
Oh,
which is a very common phrase I hear often.
I hate that one. What I always say, let me tell you what to replace with can't afford. It's not in the budget, or not at this time.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that, you know, that means no. That means just not right now.
Or how can I afford?
Exactly.
It's a much better phrase. Those all three are much better to use instead of saying I can't afford. Because what you do is people have to realize you give words power.
Oh, power!
And
Your
the
words are power
have no
in life.
Power in life until you've spoken them, and once you've spoken them out, you've given them the ability to control whatever the situation is that you spoke them into.
It's that law of attraction.
Absolutely.
And we're either by our words attracting opportunities, attracting positivity, attracting the things that we want, we need, and require in our lives, or we're pushing them away.
And that's one of the challenges I think growing up in the inner city is for me as a kid, you get presented with these amazing opportunities, but one of the little voice in the back of your mind tells you, you know what, I can never do that.
Right.
I barely graduated high school. No one would ever want to give me an opportunity.
Yeah.
There's no black people working in there. Why would I be the first one to be hired
Sure.
there? I mean, these are the things that you tell yourself
Oh,
unconsciously
absolutely.
and don't even realize it before you know you've talked yourself out of the opportunity.
That's right. Talk yourself out of it. And speaking of talk, Brett just gave me the finger.
Yep.
It's
So to
not the
speak.
one finger, though.
Hang on now.
Saying that our time is up on WTKG, 12:30 a.m. Kris Mathis, author, motivational speaker. I highly recommend anybody, if you want to call Kris for your organization, reading his book, From Success to Significance, available in Barnes & Noble, barnesandnobles.com, amazon.com.
Any major bookstore.
Any major bookstore in the United States. Kris, you're totally awesome. And remember, you are the CEO of your life.
Yeah.
Make a decision to stop passing over opportunities. All it takes is a spark. Thanks, Kris.
Thank you.
The spark, they got the spark.